Hey there, everyone. I am Thakard, and welcome back to more Starfield. All right. So, unfortunately, been sick of the last week or so. Actually, closer to 2 weeks. Thought I was better. Then I wasn't. Think I'm better now. Hopefully, it's correct. It just keeps getting bounced back and forth between all the people in my house.
Not bad.
It's kind of crazy, but it's that time of year, you know? So, all right, let's start off. We'll take ourselves a little siesta since the bed is clear. And we don't have much in the way of space. We're pretty maxed out here. Like completely maxed out. Oops. I don't want to do that today. Okay, that's looking better.
If you need any help, I can take a few items. Of course, I would also label you an imposter.
I'll only
since
carry
you
the good
need
stuff.
no-
All right, let's drop off these resources here. Here we go.
assistance from anyone.
Now we have space to do stuff. Actually, where is...
You need something?
There he is.
How can I help you? Gladly. I'll treat every one of your items like the sacred totems they are.
Thank you. All right, let's take these off this guy. Still got a couple of things that we need to go exploring.
Back to work then.
All right. Where'd our lady friend? There she is.
Something you need? If
Try
you
and
have
give
any
her
gear
everything
you
we
want me to
can.
haul, I'm happy to help.
Already maxed out. That's why our
Time to
dude
go?
is so much better. He can just hold so much more gear. Makes him
I
much
must
more
confess,
useful
if
as a
If you
companion.
need me to haul something, I'm willing.
There you go. And give me some of this stuff. All right, we are good to go.
Goodbye.
This one is taken care of. That was Rio, right? So we got one more, I think. Hang on a second. All right, so Titan and Ipedus, whatever it is. Let's go check this place out.
Starship Frontier, this is United Colony Security. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Oh, Titan has an actual thing on it. Interesting.
And we're done. Welcome to New Homestead.
Okay. I wasn't expecting, like, a legit base out here. Sure. Let's land at New Homestead. Of course, salines, lithium,
Captain,
some other
I
stuff.
think I found something useful. Not that you'll need it. I love coffee. It's It's my second favorite thing in the galaxy, next to reading about you.
I mean,
Yes, I picked it up with you. It's
pretty good.
Mind. That was
a boom pop orange. All
good
right.
talk. It'll be hard to top.
Welcome to New Homestead. Please make your way to the building at the end of the path and down into the colony below. Stay safe and enjoy your visit.
Okay. Let's see if we can't sell off some of the goods that we have. Wow, we've already blown through what they can give us. Titan's a little cold, eh?
Heads up, if you're planning on going to Chunks, Luther's been bothering anyone with the ship for help.
There you go. Another mission. All right. Can I steal stuff from these people?
Feel free to look around, but don't touch.
As I take something.
The people here live a simple life. Try not to complicate it.
I will try.
Welcome to New Homestead.
A lot of guns for a simple life.
Hi there. Always nice to see a new face.
We Titans are hardy people. You'd have to be to live in a place like this. We get a lot of tourists out this way, but most of them aren't so bold as to strike up conversations with us. What's your deal?
Just wanted to... Yeah. Trying to be friendly.
Sorry. Usually when the tourists say that, it means they want something. Free local produce, a picture, or something else I don't intend to give. So what can I do for you?
And let's hear about the farm.
Well, for one, it's my wife Mara's farm. I just had the good fortune of marrying into it. It's been in her family for generations. We're the best source of
Pretty
fresh
small
produce
farm.
in the colony. Not like that processed junk we get from off-world, and certainly nothing like that eyesore Chunks. From what I know about farming elsewhere, it's largely the same. Big difference is that we need to import or make our own soil. And we need to be extra careful with our temperature control. Titan's surface is frozen, and it's not much better just below it with the ice caves. Then it's just a matter of artificial sunlight and supplying CO2 for the crops. It's not too challenging.
Thanks for your time.
No worries. You have yourself a day now.
Alrighty then.
Did you know that Earth had all sorts of cool animals?
Yes.
Actually, lots of planets do. But not this one. Sad, huh?
Oh, they actually
You get
have...
used to the methane processing smell after a while.
Yeah.
Lots of history here, if you're into that sort of thing.
I am. I kind of like these, this whole greenhouse setup. Kind of have like 3 of them, although this one isn't set up.
We were learning about Jemison in my class the other day. Can we go there someday, Mama?
We talked about this, Sylvie. If you want to go there for your learning vacation when you're older, you may, but not until then.
You know, I actually kind of like that. We're gonna have to build one of those. Although most of our locations are like places you can go to get food. Or, I mean, the planets have food on them, I guess I would say. So it wanted us to meet someone in chunks.
It's so cold here. I guess I should have expected that.
I can't imagine living here. These people sure are hardy.
Seems like Luther's forgetting his heritage ever since he got a job here.
Welcome to Chunks. We got lots of chunks to choose from.
A lot of chunks to
there.
choose from.
Welcome to the new Homestead Chunks. We've got all your chunks' favorites. Well, almost all of them. Sadly, we're out of the special sauce. I know. But everything else is still that great chunks food you know and love. So, what can I do for you? If I'm completely honest, it is. And people are always saying how this chunks can't compare to the real deal.
What,
and
processed
I just know
food?
It's because we never had that mouth-watering sauce. I've been in contact with some of the other restaurants out there, and they'll give me some, but they say they can't afford to send it, and I don't have a ship, so what am I to do? Wait, for real? You do that?
XP is
You're
XP.
not pulling my leg.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, right. I actually just got a message back from another Chunks before you got here, and they got a case ready to go for me. Just tell them you're there to pick it up for me, and it should be good to go. Thanks.
Yeah, what planet is this on?
Welcome to Chunks. Please choose your chunks. This garden is a lot smaller than I thought it would be.
Paradiso.
Well, what did we think of the tour?
So, it's like, welcome to Chunks.
I didn't know about the methane
Hello
harvesters
there.
before coming here.
The museum here is free to everyone.
Started Earth Media. On the origin of species. What was the one gal wanted?
Just like the rest of New Homestead.
Apple II?
Don't stay outside for too long here on tight. You'll...
Commercially reproductions of Earth fauna. The piggy bank.
Pretty solid without the proper protection.
Starfield tour. Tell your friends.
Bye. Will. Thanks again.
Championship Baseball, Boston, Massachusetts, 1978. Game-winning Soccer Ball, International League, 2018. Basketball used in the United States World Championship Basketball Team, 1992.
The Chunks here.
Hang on, I want to see the basketball.
You've got to do a better job of keeping your tour groups out of trouble.
What do you mean?
That little boy almost wound up on my operating table. Claudio said he was playing with some of the machinery down by the mines and nearly got his arm stuck inside. It could have been ripped off.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, kids, little troublemakers. I'll tell the guests to be more careful.
Damn right. You've got to do something, or else next time it happens, I'm billing you personally.
Yeesh.
Bill?
Why, hello there! I'm Bill Starsap of Starsap Tours. Let me tell you, this place is full of history and interesting facts. For instance, did you know that New Homestead was one of the first colonies established outside of Earth? It's been populated in some capacity for over 200 years.
Wow, Earth really went downhill quick, didn't it?
Yes, sirree, and that's not science fiction, it's science fact. There's a lot more history where that came from. So what do you say? I've got an opening. I could take you on a tour right now if you'd like.
Okay.
Definitely check out the Brown Horse Tavern. Good food, great atmosphere. Avoid spending too much time outdoors. It's freezing out there. Any more than that, and well, I'd be giving away the tour for free.
Are we gonna have to walk on a tour here?
Excellent!
Right.
You won't regret it. My tours
I probably
are
will.
one of a kind. Now, there's just the matter of price. The going rate for a genuine Star Sap tour is only 100 credits. Well, 100 credits is very reasonable, I think.
I mean, it's not bad.
That's okay. This tour isn't for everyone, I know that. Let's not close the... Yeah, I hope so. Tell you what, I
want the XP.
This one's on the house, but if you enjoyed the tour,
Oh, wow,
I'd
okay.
really appreciate if you'd tell all your friends about me when it's done.
I thought it was going to
So
be a
let's
half
get this
price
show on
one.
the road, eh?
Yes. All right, what we got?
Those folks in Sidonia may be closer to Earth, but we do a better job preserving it.
Have any questions so far? I'll be here if you need anything.
This is a historical new homestead taking comprehensive Star Sap tour. All right.
Have any questions so... Alrighty. We'll be taking the residential elevator to the farms area on the surface level. This way, please. Let's leave these good people alone for now and go check out the farms. Follow me up the elevator.
To lay eyes on.
Antique instrument of unknown origin, Earth.
The Earth just once.
I still can't believe people actually live like this.
Yep. I mean, it's not like this place is bad. This is actually a pretty decent spot. Not much in the way of windows, but you know. As a tourist guide, I would have thought he would have been talking. I kind of wanted the information about the area. But he's kind of quiet.
This is a boring assignment.
Whew. All right. Maybe we'll get some nice information here.
New homesteads farms are the beating heart of the colony. Without them, the original outpost would have shriveled and died. These pods are sealed and climate controlled, a perfect environment for growing the hydroponic vegetation needed for survival in the early days of the colony.
It's a little weird that people come here to see what early colony life was like. To me, it's just how we live.
Any
All right.
questions about the farms?
See, I was wondering if I learned about the farms, if I would get like, you know, a point in the farming or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, they are indeed. Colonists still cultivate plant-based food for their own consumption here in New Homestead. It's less vital to their survival these days, as they also import supplemental food from other colonies, including meats, dairy, and synthetics. However, most citizens here take pride in a New Homestead-grown, sustainable diet.
Fresh veggies are great, okay? I love fresh veggies.
These days, it's a mix of what you find elsewhere in the galaxy, but in the olden days, it was all brought over from Earth. It was a lot of hardy root vegetables like potatoes, carrots, beets, and such, supplemented with corn, peas, green beans, soy, etc., which didn't always grow as well. Good question. It's largely the same, because this was the colony that pioneered the techniques you see elsewhere. But you'll notice that the farms here are smaller and staffed by humans, not robots. Things here are a little more old-fashioned compared to some of the large factory farms you'll find elsewhere in the settled systems.
All right, let's move on.
Onward it is! We'll be stopping by the Brown Horse Tavern later in the tour, which uses many of these locally sourced ingredients in their cooking. But for now, it's just a short way to our next stop. Follow me! So, the old biolabs are just on the other side of this building, believe it or not. We'll step on through the hallway there. They're not in use anymore, but the colony is faithfully recreated as a historic...
No disrespect. I appreciate it.
I love that.
In my family
Titan Astro Base. Sadly, they're undergoing some light renovation. Otherwise, there'd be interactive activities for kids to learn about how they used to search for microbial life here.
So I do kind of like that this is like one of the very first outposts. And they've kind of turned it into a tourist destination. I find it kind of interesting.
Pardon the dust, but I can still answer some questions about the old Titan Astrobase biolabs.
I want to see what's on the inside.
Funny you should ask. Sadly, none. See, NASA funded the Titan Astrobase project because conditions seemed ripe for primordial life to form in Titan's methane pools. They tested many different sites, performed deep core ice drilling, and more, yet nothing turned up.
Oh, that's a damn shame.
Well, NASA defunded the xenobiology program in 2132, but a scientist by the name of Catherine Neely proposed research into advanced colony building on inhospitable worlds. So, by 2135, work began on what would ultimately set us all up to create habitats anywhere humans dared to explore. These very labs housed the computer systems used in that research. That and general storage for the colony. Lots of storage.
You keep... All right, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely forgot to mention that. That's what this place was originally called. When NASA divested its interest in the Astrobase and turned it over to the people back in 2185, they renamed it New Homestead and established it as a historical site.
I'm going to take a closer look.
Sure thing. Keep in mind the Biolabs exhibit is closed for visitors, but I'll be waiting if you need a minute anyway.
Enjoy your visit here.
Yeah, it's actually closed. Okay. I was hoping I could, like, break in.
New Homestead is a living history exhibit, but these are real.
Pardon the dust, but I can still answer some...
All right, let's keep going.
You got it. On to our next stop. Next, we'll be heading outside, so make sure to check those seals.
Let's see here. All right.
On your suit because it's a bit chilly out there.
That it
Going
is.
out into the frozen wastes of Titan to see what powers this planet. Watch your step outside, by the way.
I'm assuming the
ice can be
windmill's
slippery if
outside.
you're not careful. The goal is to keep people out of Dr. Lakota's infirmary.
And he magically just gets a spacesuit on. So yeah, I'm assuming those.
Where were we? Oh yes, powering New Homestead. As you might imagine, generating energy was a real challenge back in the day because the technology was much more crude then.
But crude or not, it was that technology that sustained the old Astro base. And it might surprise you to learn that the same technology is still working today.
I wouldn't believe that.
About this old colony is that it's mostly powered by clean, renewable energy. You'll see one of the methods used on the horizon up ahead.
Wind farms are always breaking shit.
Wind farm. This spot was chosen for the colony in part because of its constant winds.
My grandparents have a whole bunch of large wind turbines out near their farm, and I think they've been offline for a longer period of time than they've actually been online. They always have so many issues. And they can't, one of the big issues with them is that you can never recycle them. They just tear them down, bury them. And they break all the time, so there's a lot of waste with the windmills, unfortunately.
Mostly. I'm sure you've noticed the occasional brownouts. I guess these old machines have a habit of freezing up, what with all the ice out here. There's some methane on reserve for critical life support systems, but everything else here is otherwise.
Well, there's a lot of
powered by
methane on the
units you
planet.
see here. You're looking at a piece of history. Sure, wind power is used throughout the galaxy, but these people were able to make do with it for hundreds of years. It's impressive that was all they had back then, and still make it work to this day. You're right. Most surface wind on Titan isn't too terribly strong, but here, the altitude and other conditions are perfect for sustained wind power. Like many worlds with atmosphere, the higher you go, the windier it gets.
Yep. All right.
You're the boss. Let's go. Moving right along, we're going to learn about Titan's great natural resources. Titan is rich with hydrocarbons like methane and ethane.
Yes.
Surely you saw huge pools of the stuff on your descent into New Homestead. I like to think they add to the natural beauty of this world. Though, of course, stay away from them because, like anything beautiful, they can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Just like my last ex-wife's pet. Jim is gorgeous. Oh, I don't know what you'd call it. Creature! The guy that sold it to her couldn't tell her what it was or where it was from. I don't think it was even a legal sell, to be honest. The thing was very easy on the eyes. Feathers, all the colors of the rainbow. Nasty bite, though. Wound up in the hospital and almost lost my hand. Still not enough for her to get rid of the dang thing. Anyway, there's a reason she's my ex-wife. But enough about me. We were talking about methane and other resources, right?
Yes.
Hey, can you believe it? Back in the 20th century on Earth, they used to fight wars over natural resources like this and petroleum.
Mm-hmm.
They have this whole moon here basically made of hydrocarbons in their own backyard. They just couldn't get to it. Incredible how far we've come. New Homestead is home to one of the oldest and largest methane processing plants in the settled system. Every year, UC engineers go through a painstaking, month-long maintenance process. That's how this place has remained operational as long as it has. I'm not going to take you too close to the machinery, liability and all, but I can still answer questions.
This is actually probably pretty close to the future. Setting up outposts on moons like this and harvesting the methane. There's a lot more of hydrocarbon resources in our solar system than we think.
Questions? Fire away.
Although getting all those back to Earth would kind of be a hassle. But who knows?
Exports rich and has the infrastructure for it, a lot of the UC's methane comes from Titan. Of course, new homesteaders use it themselves for everything from generating heat to turning it into breathable oxygen via modern science. Oh, no one's ever asked me that before. Something to do with methane-eating microbes, I believe? I honestly don't know. Sorry.
But they can do that, yes.
Ah, it's not as if they shut down for a month. It's not shut down at all, actually. See, this place is built with redundant systems, so they can shut it down piece by piece and suffer only a reduction in throughput. During that time, the UC gets more of its resources from other places, allowing New Homestead to maintain what it needs.
I have to actually say, the other day I was very annoyed with this walk out to this ship where this guy was just randomly talking. This I actually enjoy.
For more later anyway.
Because
so this next stop is a
it wasn't just it is kind of a waste of time, but I kind of like it.
Fun fact, it's also the only natural landmark on the tour. What we're about to see is a glacial spire we affectionately call Ymir's Horn. This colus used to be named after a character in a popular fantasy novel, but it was changed a couple hundred years ago to avoid any potential litigation. Now, what's a colus, you might say? Colus derives from the Latin word for hill, and scientists only gave names to groups of hills on a planet's surface. So in reality, the term you hear more often is the plural, coles, with an E. You probably don't hear it very often where you're from, because it was usually a term reserved for unexplored planets, back when they didn't have the technology to describe what they were seeing firsthand. Because of that, the term is much more common in the Sol system, but you may still hear it occasionally in reference to uncharted worlds. This planet's full of them, though, and they like to preserve that history here.
I think it's kind of cool looking.
So here it is, Ymir's Horn. You're free to take a closer look if you like.
Coals are more like hills. Are you sure this isn't an ancient fumarolic ice tower?
How about that? You really know your stuff. Maybe you should be the one giving the tour. I kid. I'm not sure. I heard someone say that before. Something about the worn-down remains of an ancient volcano producing ice via steam? I don't know. It sounds like you understand this stuff better than I do.
Ymir? Who's that?
According to ancient Norse mythology, Ymir was the first Jotun, a frost giant. In the legend, they were both male and female and gave birth to the progenitors of all giants from their armpits. Ymir even predated the Norse gods, who, as it turns out, killed Ymir to fashion the earth and all of humanity from the corpse. It's a fascinating story, and the horn here is a fitting tribute to it.
From the corpse! I like how he's so upbeat about these things. All right, let's go.
Excellent. On to the next stop, then. So, we're gonna head back inside through the methane processing plant. Try not to touch anything on your way. We want to make sure to respect Dr. Lakota's wishes to be safer around here.
Like I said, you know, the other day, that one just didn't
the people around here have last names related
make
to where
much
their
sense.
families originated from on Earth as a way to remember the past. The museum curator, Maurice Leon, has more information about that.
Interesting.
If you're interested. You can find him inside the main concourse. Loves talking about it. You'll find most of the locals here are
he talks a
very
lot.
friendly to tourists like yourself. Tourism is a major draw to this colony these days, and they respect that. Most of them are happy to talk at length about what they do here. Their rugged lifestyle is a point of pride for a lot of these folks.
Yeah, the one guy just was talking babble and it took you on this like 5-minute walk where nothing was said, nothing was done, and you had to just kill him in the end. It was pointless. This actually has, it's like, oh, talking about the thing and everything else. I kind of like this. This actually kind of has, you know? I think he really needs to get a new outfit, though. It's definitely not working.
This area we're walking through is the nerve center of the plant, where technicians keep an eye on the operation.
Someone's got to talk to Joyce about these brown
important part of the colony's livelihood. It's important that the techs notice any issues and react to them quickly. Anyway, we're headed into the ice mines. It's a natural spring where water bubbles up from deep below. But due to the cold, it keeps freezing as it reaches the surface.
I could really go for some of Anya's cooking over at the Brown Horse.
Ice mines. Alright, so it's actually given us a couple other missions just by walking around to talk to various people about various stuff. We already grabbed one of them.
Hello?
There he is. Just checking for loot.
What else can I tell you about the ice mines?
They're ice and they're mining it.
Not all. Some water is created as a byproduct of methane processing, but that's usually saved in the emergency reserves.
Why not heat this area just like the rest of the... Well, it'll
Good
melt.
question. I believe it has something to do with not wanting to contaminate the water with methane and other chemicals.
Makes sense.
The ice helps prevent impurities in the water. At least this is what I've been told.
Can I drink straight from the source?
I wouldn't recommend it. First, it's an active work site. Second, it still needs to be filtered and checked for contaminants. But don't worry, we'll stop somewhere for refreshments before the tour is over.
All right, let's go.
Sounds good. Let's keep going then. We have just one more stop before we're done with the tour, and it just happens to be my favorite.
The bar?
This colony is home to the longest-running establishment still in existence, the Brown Horse Tavern. The Brown Horse started as a simple mess hall for the scientists and workers when the underground was built, but it's been operated by the same family ever since. Now, what's
I guess since Earth had to be
was
destroyed.
Often used for
Interesting.
transportation or manual labor. Long before space travel was even a dream for the folks of Earth, even before antique machines like automobiles were possible, horses could be found everywhere. You might have seen them in old movies or read about them somewhere. If not, I highly recommend looking into them sometime. They're beautiful animals. The tavern's original owner was infatuated with them, from what I understand, and named the place in their honor. The moniker, Brown Horse Tavern, is also a
Now we're on the
throwback
backside
to
of it now.
names of similar Earth restaurants hundreds of years before it was established.
You didn't.
I did. I know I shouldn't have, but I just wanted to see how they'd react.
That delicious smell is making me hungry. Can I answer anything about the Brown Horse?
That's a good point.
He gets a cut.
They already gawk at us like we're some sort of ancient curiosity.
Oh, I'm just trying to have a little fun.
I'm trying to listen to what the other people are saying.
Easy. All the other ones fell to ruin when we abandoned Earth. There were technically older ones on Mars, but those have long since shuttered or been replaced. Anya Seattle is the current owner of the Brown Horse. It's been
Seattle.
in the Seattle family for generations.
I do like how the
But
families
Anya
of
will be
the
able to tell you more herself. Feel free
the
to ask her.
base-
Doesn't feel right coming from me when she's standing right over there.
I do like how the families on the base took the names of different locations and regions.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I honestly love everything Anya serves here. I'd be doing her a disservice to recommend one dish over another. You want the real answer? Order one of everything.
Okay.
Okay then. All right, we're headed to the last stop. Right back where we began. Feel free to check out the museum exhibit in the main concourse here. These displays are full of rare earth trinkets salvaged from before humanity left, and Maurice is happy to talk about the collection. The museum's curator, Maurice, will be happy to talk to you if you want to know more.
Titan.
Well, that's that. I hope you enjoyed Starsap tours as much as I enjoy giving them.
Are we gonna give him some money? It was super boring. It was very educational. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, wow. I really appreciate it. You know, I rely on tips from good people like you, so thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Yes, yes.
Enjoy the rest of your stay in New Homestead. Take care.
Hey, good XP. Natural space debris like asteroids and meteoroids routinely entered planetary moon atmosphere and impacted the surface. Piece of the Gibeon meteorite. Carbonation. Ooh.
Been a while since I last visited. It's nice to see this place still has the same charm.
Cool.
We used to get more tourists than we do these days.
I actually do kind of like this type of
There
stuff.
are times I envy those who are able to travel like you.
Not quite sure how that got out of there, but whatever.
Careful. There are some dangerous areas around here that are not part of...
Ice hockey stick. City of Edmonton during a 1988 championship game.
Any tours.
Hockey's awesome. I love hockey. Oh, what do we got? Knickknacks. Unknown decorative liquor bottle. Electronic pipes used to inhale various legal substances. Equinoctial? Alright. And scroll case of an unknown... Alright. Interesting. A compass.
I'm learning so much here. Everyone should visit at least once in their life.
HMS Beagle. Alright. Mr. Darwin's ship. Which exploration ship is this? Calypso. Jacques' ship. NASA gear. Okay. Which one is it? It's the Discovery. I have a model of the Discovery. Here's the Apollo and the lander. Is it supposed to be Sputnik? No, it's Vostok. Oh, that's a cool display. I'm a nerd for space, so that's cool. Meteorites. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Titan. Kind of like it.
Why not order some food and make yourself comfortable? Welcome, I'm Anya. Is this your first time with us at the Brown Horse Tavern?
Indeed. Yes.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us. You're in for a real treat. We've got an assortment of food and drinks, some of which follow homemade recipes that have been passed down over hundreds of years. So, what can I do for you? Let me show you what we have.
Do they got? I was looking for food. I mean, pitas and toast.
I know.
Take
I'm just
care.
glad the
Thanks for
auxiliary
stopping
power
by.
picked up. Remember that time a few years back where everyone had to huddle together for warmth?
It's one thing to learn about early colony life. It's another to experience it.
Hello,
Hi there. Welcome
Montreal.
to my little shop. Well, hello there, and welcome to my little shop. Are
It's
you
little
visiting
shop.
New Homestead for the first time?
We are.
Oh, nice. You know, it's always such a pleasure to meet people from other worlds. Or just space. I don't judge. I'm Jay. I'm happy to help you find what you're looking to buy or take a look at whatever you want to sell. Trades of all kinds are welcome here. Or if you have any questions for me about the shop, the merchandise, or even just New Homestead in general, I'm happy to help you.
All right.
We used to, but not anymore. Believe it or not, the New Homestead Tourism Board decided a while back to do away with souvenirs.
Why would you ever do away with
We
souvenirs?
don't really have the resources or facilities to make them here ourselves.
Ah,
It's
that's
decided
why.
that anything less than that would seem exploitive of our people and inauthentic. Only thing we have are these souvenir slates about the history of New Homestead. Tell you what, I've got an extra one here that another guest left behind a while back. You can have it.
Why, thank you.
Glad you asked. I'm looking for all sorts of things. Anything, really. Clothing, weapon. We don't get a lot of off-world stock, so between you and me, people around here talk a lot about tradition and whatnot, but even they get... I love them. Most of us in New Homestead appreciate what tourism does for our economic livelihood, so we go out of our way to make guests feel welcome.
Makes sense.
Some are indifferent about it, while a few others, I won't name names, are downright resentful of all the tourists. But that being said, I believe our generally friendly demeanor is a large part of what drives people.
All right, what you got for sale, dude?
Sure thing. I'm also interested in buying if you have anything for sale.
Oh, we have plenty. He has a decent amount. Let's see if he has anything cool. The answer is no. Oh, hang on a second. Does he have it like a hat? I already got that one. Nah. Ooh, I don't think I have that one yet. We don't have that one yet either. Okay. It does have some resources. Blender base. Oh, hang on a second. Any unique coffee mugs contains coffee? Maybe I think I had that one. Okay. That's a cool looking weapon, actually. Wow. Okay. Well, wasn't able to get rid of Mitch, was I?
Come back anytime.
He's now a weapons dealer. Okay, lounge. Let's go take a look at the lounge. And it's all stuff that I would have to steal. Okay. Let's talk to the angry lady.
What can I do?
If you take one of those stupid tours, make sure to follow the rules. They're for your own safety. And my sanity. Even though we don't have shiny new medical facilities, I imagine it's easier than wherever you're from. We have fewer people here, and we're very responsible when it comes to our personal health and welfare. So there's not much I can't handle. For anything else, we can get access to off-world specialists. Contrary to popular belief, we're not primitive.
Well, I mean, I don't expect the people at, you know, like Colonial Williamsburg or like, you know, 1700s barbarians. It's like when I go to the Amana colonies, I don't think that it's just a whole bunch of like crazy German immigrants or Dutch immigrants. Is it more Dutch or German? I think Amana's is German primarily. Anyways, that's in Iowa.
It's a harsh world, but as long as you're inside or wear a suit when going out, you'll be fine here. There's no breathable air on the surface, and you'll quickly freeze to death outside without protective gear, but otherwise the hazards are minimal.
You know, yeah.
New Homestead was an early
You'll die pretty quick, but
and has
besides that, it's nice.
It's safe, and it's proof that people can live pretty much anywhere. Don't worry so much. I don't. They make a mockery of New Homestead culture. And on top of it, they're reckless. It's like I said before.
This lady needs to learn that it's important to learn about your history.
People. The problem is that most of the tourists' injuries are from preventable accidents. Things our people know how to avoid. And often I have to take care of them first because they can't leave with their injuries, so I have to put off seeing my regular patients. So not only am I working extra hard for people who have little respect for me, it comes at the expense of our own. Actually, maybe there is.
You know.
I have an idea that may be best suited for someone relatively unknown, instead of myself. I've got a mountain of work and a reputation to maintain. So I bought a realistic monster.
This is probably going to screw with their
The plan was to
reputation.
wear it, scare tourists away, and start a rumor about terrible creatures living on Titan. I figure that once word gets around, tourism will take enough of a dive to give me some relief.
Tempting, but no.
Maybe, I'm not sure. I know it sounds crazy.
I'll go the
but
opposite
I don't
way.
have any other ideas.
Terrifying
The tourism
monsters
board
on
flat out won't
tour.
help me, and I don't have money in the budget to hire additional help. And you know these tourists will believe anything they see and hear. I think it's worth a shot. Worst case scenario, I'm back to square one.
All right.
I can't blame you, but I've got to try it anyway. Let me know if you change your mind.
I mean, it is XP, isn't it? To go around scaring tourists.
You'll never catch me.
Are we supposed to chase this kid? No running!
We take vandalism seriously here. You don't mess with
I kind of want to try food from that Chunks place, but my papa says it's just a bunch of junk food for tourists.
Well, that's pretty true.
Off-worlders always ask how I can live here. I wonder how they can live
Yeah, I don't
anywhere
mind the
else.
tourists. They help the local economy.
Storage.
All these tourists are able to come and go as they please. I wish I had that kind of money.
Can we hire her?
Oh, you don't really want to talk to me. I'm just a nobody from the crates. Besides, I'm not really good at talking to tourists about New Homestead. If you're really interested in our history, talk to Maurice. He's a lot better at that than I am.
She seems very down.
I feel like it sometimes. I don't have many friends, and I'm struggling to stay in my undergrad program. It feels like I'm never going to get out of here and make a name for myself.
We got a new member of our
Anyway,
team,
if we're
don't
going
we?
to talk, maybe we should talk about something else. Okay, well, no. Not the studies specifically. Like, I get good grades when I'm able to apply myself. But I'm poor. I just don't
She
have
just
the
wants
kind of
more
money
money.
to be a full-time student and support myself. Even living in the cheap-ass crates. I keep having to take odd jobs just to put food on my plate. And when I do, my grades suffer. I just feel like I'll be stuck in a rut forever.
Pay 20,000 credits?
Really? I thought it was the only way. I remember my parents telling me that when they were still around. But maybe you're right. I guess I can put my studies on hold, at least until I get enough credits saved up to live on. I can always return to my studies then. Maybe part of the reason I feel I've been stuck in a rut is because I push myself too hard. Thanks for the advice. It helped. It's not as bad as you'd think. I like talking to off-worlders, especially people my age. It gives me ideas for what I want to do when I'm done with school.
I was seeing if we could get a new crew
Honestly,
member.
I'm not sure I want to stay here. It'll always be my home, but as soon as I can afford to, I'd love to explore my options.
And here's my thing. Really? It's not going to give you a chance to say...
Well,
Oh, do you
I'm
wanna-
trying to finish up my undergrad schooling, actually.
hang out on my planet?
I want to be a physicist like my grandmother. Then, who knows what. But I also do some odd jobs here or there for money. Sometimes I help Jay out at his shop, and he gives me stuff in return. Sometimes I help Anya clean up at the Brown Horse when she's short-staffed. That sort of thing. The crates are what we call the living quarters for the poor people, like me. They're made from old shipping containers. We have to make do with the
Same way
space
they
we
do
have
it on
here.
Neon.
They're comfortable enough, I guess. And no one on Titan is well off to begin with, but you can tell that people look down on us, especially some of the tourists.
That it? That's a shame.
See you around, maybe.
So these must be the crates.
That tour guide showed one of the kids a picture of some silly drawing he saw in Sidonia. Now I feel like it's popping up everywhere.
Oh, where are they at? I was hoping to see them. Oh, there they are. I hung up those paintings. So these are the crates. Gotcha. Cool. I was hoping I could get her as a crew member, but guess not. Oh well. It was worth a try. There were a couple of people I could talk to here. I think it was these two, Juliana and Joyce.
You're the greatest explorer in the settled systems.
I am the greatest explorer in the settled systems. 100% correct.
Always so cold.
Oh, okay.
I'll treat you if you need it, but please try to be more careful around here. Nothing personal, but they take a lot of time and resources.
She's gonna make it work. Worse.
Actually, so I bought a. I figure that. That's the spirit. To be honest, I'm not sure it'll work either, but I feel like there's no harm in trying. Here's the
Unless I
costume.
get shot.
I think this will work best on the surface. So just find a group and run up to them, acting like a convincing alien monster.
A
With any
convincing
luck,
alien
they'll
monster.
run screaming and book the next flight out of here.
A screaming alien monster.
I have so much energy. I
I'm so full of energy. I want to run around. Oh boy, we all know kids like that.
If you need medical attention, see Dr. Lakota.
Alright. We already said we were going to grab some stuff for the chunks, dude. I think the only other person we have left to talk to is whoever this most recent point of interest is.
Feel free to look around. Do not touch.
Says as I touch the buttons. Oh, this must be the administrator.
That old Titan wind is going strong today. Oh, hello there. Are you here about the brownouts? That's usually the only reason people come up here to talk to me, since I'm the power system manager here.
We're actually running a little long, so we'll talk to this lady and we will finish up for the day. This one, I don't know, I just kind of enjoy the world building of games, you know, so not too shabby.
Yes, the power shortages we're experiencing. Haven't you seen the flickering lights? This equipment is all very old, and the protections against the cold have worn down, so now, brownouts, all the time. And I get to deal with it. Hooray for me.
Let's see what we can do to help.
That's okay. Problem is, I don't know how long we'll have to deal with this, because I'm needed here to oversee the whole system, and we don't currently... Actually, that's not a bad idea. I'm a little new to the job, and I'll admit I'm struggling a little bit. I could use some help.
All right.
Oh, excellent. Then you must know how this old power system machinery can get crusted over with ice from time to time.
Yes.
That's what's causing these brownouts. I think you can take a laser cutter and break up the ice for us?
That we can do.
Oh, thank you. I guess I'm lucky you showed up then. Just be careful not to hurt yourself or the equipment. I'll continue to monitor things from here.
Excellent. Okay, so we have ourselves some missions to scare the incoming tourists, to fix up some of these windmills, and you know, we'll do that next time, and we'll help out the people of Titan. So today we got to explore Titan, our new homestead on Titan, and next time we will help these people out. So catch you later. You have a wonderful one. Bye-bye.